Tapi bisa siap Jor.
Enggak.
Booster ya kan?
Bukan. Wah hilang. Ya wes, gua netral penting spesial.
Gua udah terdeling Mahjong. Oh, apa L nama bracket apa deh ini? Gua masih tulis S1.
L1.
Ya. Gimana suara?
Gimana stream? Bukan komik kan?
Bukan Kokomi kan?
Bukan Kokomi.
Kayak kemarin.
Cukup sekali. Kok tragedi Kokomi cuma sekali.
Kokomi. Suara kalian kedengaran nggak?
Gua belum ngecek ya.
Bentar. Dari YouTube fokus. Jadi thumbnail gue mulu
Gua
pakai
juga bukan pemain.
Hazukashi.
Asal suara kalian
Oh,
keluaran.
dengar.
Suara kalian kedengarannya. Ayo.
Dengar.
Sebenarnya kita harus pindah ke bawah.
Jangan, kalau pindah ke bawah gue mesti ganti overlay lagi.
Oh iya. Overlay ganti lagi. Masih meja.
Gue mesti ganti.
Atau nama server kita ganti, anjir.
Ganti setting overlaynya jadi pindah ke itu. Ya cepet sih, cuma
Iya,
semenit
jadi
ganti, cuma ribet males ah.
Wah. Ya rata dong.
Kok rata?
Weh, 5 menit lagi. Kami udah ready. Lu buru.
Oh gue belum ready ya. Emang gue main.
Main anjir. Mau gue gantiin.
Apakah
Bener
saya
Black
main?
versus inian.
Apakah
Wah,
Zizu
rata
main?
cowok tim spirit rata 3.
Atau lu bayar aja itu. Siapa kek?
Tim Spirit
kayak
rata
AWO.
3.
Mati 3, buyback lagi nih. Ayonya.
Oh udah mulai. I go.
Anjir,
Nih
mau
kayaknya
muter
gua
nggak?
nge-cash-nya nge-cash dulu tahu kan nge-cash itu ya.
Ya gue sekalian nonton lah. Goblok.
Mati lagi anjir.
Wah, dieback.
Buyback rata semua cowok.
True Tokyo. True to Tokyo. Wah, GG sih ini. Paling enggak tier 3 tengah hilang harusnya. Maju push.
Elder Titan and Rubik having a huge impact both on their second lives. The Absol with the stolen ball lightning gets a lot of it. And this opening for Secret actually doesn't work very well. So you commit a lot of spells from Void Spirit. He still gets healed up by Dagger, and here's that amazing arena. But the RP and response from Zai buys enough time that at least the Absol stays alive for a while.
Itu tier 3 anjing nggak pecah sih terlalu.
This is the kind of situation that Terrorblade just cleans house in, right? Like everyone has used all their resources.
Ternyanyi
He
anjir
still
lagu
has full
Pride
HP and
Doggy.
mana. They can't deal with Matu at all.
Itu gara-gara gua nge-share di si
Very
Ahmad dulu.
elongated fight.
Itu
And
gara-gara
it did
gimana?
require 2 buybacks from Sika, but still
Denger,
only on the supports
makin
here.
gua save lagunya. Mau belum gua download.
As they're able to claim full set of racks here,
Wah,
in all likelihood.
enak.
Spectre
Team
di
Spirit
TI
on
ini
the back
sih
foot now. 16k net
nggak
worth lead for
gitu-gitu
Secret.
bagus
Aegis
sebenarnya.
online. Who got the shard here? Looks like it was Nisha as expected, so the Dissimulate's going to have that extra ring.
Tengah pecah mereka seharusnya bisa ambil bawah
Does more
sih.
damage too, I believe. Oh, all right. Puppy gets picked up. That's technically a dieback. We'll see if Spirit can actually take advantage of this. Toronto Tokyo
Hai.
has to activate his BKB.
Mati lagi si Toroto.
Faking out again.
enggak.
That RP
Masih
is
ada
Toronto
mana juga
Tokyo
ya?
is who they really want. But Nisha will find a collateral in Maposhka. Mira, looks like the relocate will take him back to safety as well.
Absol
Udah
gonna
punya
steal
tiga
the
nih, sembilan
level
lagi.
1 spirit. It's probably the single
Narada-
worst spell he can
Narada
get in this
masih
game. So except
Narada
Bulwark.
masih itu kayak OTW
Not
dah.
gonna be too happy with that, but
Soalnya
Kayak
pesan
pemain
soalnya daily.
nice pick from Toronto Tokyo. Again, delaying here. They're not gonna get pushed
Harusnya
without
rotate
Puppy
ke
alive,
bawah
but
sih,
still
ngapain
3.5
ke
minutes
atas.
left on the Aegis on Matu. You would imagine that Secret just go down mid to top as soon as Puppy is up. Will be the shortest path to attacking these barracks. If you wanted to push in the top
L1
lane now,
kan?
it would take you an extra 10 to 15 seconds, which could make a big difference.
Oke.
Yep, and Team Spirit have to find a way back in this game. Of course, it is only game 1 of this best of 3, so
Tetap udah
not a do or
susah
die
sih.
scenario right now.
Mereka kayak mesti nangkap si
But
Terror
Matu
Blade dulu.
looks pretty
Tapi habis
unstoppable.
mereka
Working on
tangkap
the
Terror
silver
Blade nggak
edge
bisa
right now that
tangkap
will
Void
likely
Spirit.
I mean, it could replace the boots or the Yasha, depending on if the Aegis is still in
Yang
tow.
kemarin
As it looks like Secret is going to
poinnya
smoke up
cuman
now.
beda 100 itu siapa dah?
And
Narada ini ya?
Oh,
Iya kayaknya.
Okay.
goes for the Resonant Pulse
Ricci
in mid-ball
aja.
lightning. Doesn't work
Ricci.
Nah,
out.
dari di semua nih.
Kalah aja.
Susu
Secret
dari
fans,
di
that
semua.
Oke.
And Puppy getting harassed a bit. Has
Start
the Ghost
ya.
Scepter to try to live through.
Yep. This could
That's
be a
back
really
there.
big jump from Zai. Any horn toss on a key target
Ih, hilang
could
dia.
start off this fight. He'll
There's
get
the
it.
horn toss on Collapse. He
Ah!
caught the BKB. RP not going to be expended here. Collapse has to pop his BKB
Ada main
instead.
dulu.
The RP is expended in the
Main
end on
tujuh,
a single
jangan
target.
langsung
Here's
lari.
Mira getting harassed
Mati,
by Nisha. Claiming all the space in the
Spirit.
world. Collapse is dead but does have
Weh, udah
buyback.
main
He used
anjir.
Arena though, trying to stay alive, so they know if he buys back that key ability is not.
Masa lagi seru juga sih tadi lagi war.
Iya, doa si Sadel
Walah.
bangsat ngapain start lagi seru juga.
Ngomong anjir, tadi kan gue tanyain, Nasu.
Ah, kan nggak dijawab. Aduh, cewa.
Iya anjir,
Cewa lah,
mana sih lu?
Game pause ya.
lagi
Game pause.
nonton.
Not
Ya
there.
gue post nih anjir nih,
Gara-gara-
gue post nih.
gara-gara
Oh
nonton.
nih, lagi seru nih. Aduh.
Serius nih, gue post nih.
Oh, belum. Gara-gara nonton Dota ya.
Om Digimon suaranya nggak ada. BTW.
Bang Digimon. Nah, tuh
Wah,
kan.
yang
Udah
yang gua
rata ini
stream
atas.
lain.
Tinggal rotate bawah.
Lihat di dalam
Nah, baru ada.
Nah,
ada, gue udah diem.
Oh, tapi hijau tadi gue. Jadi tak kira ngomong. Bar, tar masuk keluar lagi, Bar. Keluar masuk lagi,
oh,
Bar.
santuy.
Ini tinggal ambil
Masuk,
tower
masuk.
bawah sih kalau niat.
Sampai mantap.
Biar enak kan?
Biar enak. Gue pengen lihat POV Suzu bentar ngintip.
Lihat aja nggak apa-apa. Anjir, cuma gua nggak pakai kucing ya, baru sadar.
Weh, ini bagus. Nah, itu doang.
Bagus apa? Anjing. Ngejek ya,
Bagus.
Seberapa bagus ya?
ngejek anjir.
Sebagus ya, Pinku atau Cinumi, ntar itulah.
Ah, babi.
Ya, sebelum itu kita nontonin dulu aja ya.
Nah,
Sambil nunggu anjir lama.
3 menit emang Dota.
Itu udah di bawah semua sih.
Jebol ya. 3-1 kan Baraka ya?
Iya, tinggal bawah.
Ah, udah ini mah menang anjir. Udah lead 20.000 gold juga.
Best of 5 kan? Nih.
Enggak, best of 3.
Semifinal, juara 3.
Oh.
Setai
Baru habis ini final.
Ini cuma ngambil juara 1 doang kan, lower.
Iya. Kayak itu kan yang dicari juara 3-nya gitu kalau kalah juara. Lumayan lah cuan coy. Kalau kalah maksudnya kalau kalah itu juara.
Enggak,
3
maksudnya ini Sanma.
Oh, Sanma ya cuma juara 1. Gua kira ini.
Wah, bukannya
Kirain ini anjir,
Icho,
Dota.
bukannya Icho.
Di. Duh, lagu bangsat tengingin.
Lagi stream ya, lagi stream.
Kenapa?
Situ streamnya udah ada. Link tertera.
Link tertera. Memang Om Digimon ada di itu link Mahjong.
Ada, dia kan Taisho.
Oh, benar juga, udah Taisho bisa lihat semua channel-channel ajaib.
Yes. Channel ajaib. Hidden.
Udah dikasih privilege, tapi nih
Apa?
enggak sing lewat.
Jahat pion. Setai Keruyo.
Ini untuk Sanma ini adalah battle untuk menunjukkan siapa yang laki sebenarnya.
Lelaki sebenarnya ya.
The true love.
Laki sejati.
Battle laki. Siapa yang panggil laki?
Iya.
Kalau kalah pun kalah terhormat anjir. Kalau dia nggak damai ya.
Dama sih pusing.
Tapi kalau sebenarnya kalau di Sanma, kalau beberapa bilang itu Dama sebenarnya lebih di ini loh, disarankan ya. Kalau kita bicara serius ya,
Ya memang.
dibandingkan Fionma. Sama
Soalnya
itu
kalau-
lebih bagus Dama daripada kita Ricci sebenarnya. Soalnya yang kita incer Ron. Soalnya kalau sumo, poinnya kan kita jadi berkurang kan.
Sumo loss.
Kalau sumo
Kecuali
misalnya kita Oya, kita dapat mangan, menang sumo itu cuma 8.000. Tapi kalau kita ngeron tuh 12.000. Jadi di situ ada perbedaan
18 detik
value-nya.
lagi coy. 18 detik.
Ya di situlah. BTW ini stream udah mulai kan, gue ngomong busa-busa gini maksudnya mau ngasih edukasi anjir.
Udah, stream udah mulai dari
Udah.
10 menit yang lalu malah.
Kita
Lu
Main game
stream aja ngomongin Dota. Oh, nggak ada game yang lebih baik apa? Tabar dikit apa sih?
nggak ada kan.
Nggak ada.
Anjir, tips in game baru ya ini. Loadingnya.
Iya baru katanya.
Gue tadi lihat close scan itu masih ampuh untuk fokusi.
The fuck.
Biasanya kan nggak ada ngomong kayak gitu.
Oh gitu ya.
Iya. Terus
Udah.
dibilangnya sekarang.
Narada dengan Honitsu-nya.
Gue udah keluar
dengan
Kalah sih ini.
Kami taubat 3 Honitsu nih.
3.
Victory, secret
Bar, gua
victory
keluar, Bar.
lead 1.
Keluar lagi.
Ayo, 1.
Bentar,
belum.
Oh, belum. Oke.
Ada ya. 1,
2, 3.
udah masuk.
Oke.
Ini playernya ini dong. Mainin stiker dong.
Susu mulai susu.
Gua nggak ada stikernya, not gonna lie.
Mainin stiker gue dong.
Stiker yang
pengen
tercengang.
lihat ini biar casternya ada yang marah satu.
Weh, asu jangan. Weh, anjir, kami bertobat tangannya OP. What the hell?
Nanti kalian terkejut.
Oke.
Oh iya belum open ya.
Oke.
Nah,
Itu kami bertobat bisa apa sih?
Ada aja.
Double Yakuman tuh.
Gua kayak udah main
apa?
Ya, di
Ngampas sih.
Apa?
Itu yang Citoy 234568. Citoy
Satu
tanya Chinitsu.
Yakuman itu lokal Yakuman.
lokal
Iya,
Yakuman.
lokal Yakuman.
Nani.
Iya.
Kalau pin namanya Daisarin.
Nah, itu Daisarin.
Kalau so itu Daichikurin kalau apa.
The fuck, baru tahu.
Kurin kah?
Buang
Weh,
kan?
kena nih. Weh, kena susu.
Iya.
Iya, kena.
Gua
Oh,
kayak
sih.
udah ngemain gimana ya ini mau bilangnya.
Tidak, nggak apa-apa. Yang penting nge-push di sini.
Tidak gimana ya sih mau bilang.
Sayang sekali tidak bintangnya atau
12.000
Tidak
berapa?
diserius ya.
Raiso.
Raiso.
Wah, si Suju bisa kokoshi.
Iya,
Waduh.
susu Zoro sih ini. Waduh, dapat nggak ya?
Mimpinya coy.
Laki nggak ya?
Nggak laki lah.
Jauh kokoshi pak.
Enggak lah.
Apa itu laki?
Kecewa,
Pusi, potong pipip lah.
Tapi draw bagus anjir susu. What the hell?
Apa draw bagus dari mana?
Dapat
Gak tenpai
5
aja
per.
nggak bisa.
Iya. No, masuk anjir. Kocak.
Kocok maksud lo. Kocok ya.
Weh, tenpai di kami bertobat. Let's go. Dama.
Noyaku tapi ya.
Noyaku.
Noyaku.
Iya, Noyaku.
Paling nunggu Ipeko kayak baru. Kalau kan nunggu
Ipeko
Wente lebih enak lagi.
No, lebih enak.
Iya.
Dan sama aja.
Ah,
Puritan.
Richidora. Nggak bisa lebih tinggian dikit
Weh.
gitu mau ngejar.
No, itu
Ya
no.
Ricky.
6 ya?
9.
09 ya.
Waduh.
Waduh, keluar ini.
Keluar nih.
Wah.
Apanya yang keluar?
langsung.
Pusinya keluar.
Siapa yang minta masuk?
Kok nggak Ipeko?
Hah?
Ipeko, karena
Enggak,
namanya
jadi
Ipeko.
Sebenarnya itu
Oh, berarti jadi 69 ya? 678.
kalau 9 jadinya Ipeko.
Oh,
Knife kamu nak.
Gomen.
Kalau 4 jadinya nggak tenpai.
Hmm.
Saudara Sadal sangatlah naif.
Kok gua?
Onitsu lagi Henry. Hebat sih.
Itu namanya skill, Pak.
Siap.
Oh.
Wah.
Itu sebenarnya kalau lo dikasih dragon apa itu yang banyak itu kan disuruh bikin Onitsu. Tuh kan, masuk lagi
Kokushi.
satu aja. Kokushi, emang harus Kokushi.
Kokushi. Kami bertobat juga Shanten nih. Iya Shanten.
Oh, ada harus Kokushi aja.
Kokushi anjir, aduh susu.
Titit lah kali ya.
Weh,
Titit,
ya
titit.
udah. Dora.
Dasar
Orang
manusia titit memang ini komentatornya.
Yos Tanyao, emang bisa Tanyao? Narada.
Paling itu ya harus isinya. Karena nanti orang nggak bisa. Ya.
Soalnya pun Tanyao nggak bisa kan nih sini.
Atau nggak berharap insan.
Wah,
Apa boleh ini? Kan
9
Rinshan
pin lah.
kan kontol.
kenapa nggak 9 pin?
Kenapa dibuang kan?
Kenapa nggak 9 pin?
Hah,
Tuh,
for
Itu Narada mau ngapain
Bisa.
mas?
Hah?
Buset, jadi Sananko. Enggak deh, nggak Sananko deh.
Oh, dia kenapa buang 4?
Apa nih masuk? Wedikan, Rincan.
Oh, bisa. Kan,
Susu masih pede aja. Kan,
lagi sekali.
weh.
Weightnya mantap tapi Fury 10. Enggak ada yang 25836. 25836.
Kami bertobat merah semua itu. Mantap.
Itu
Ya.
Dora banyak anjir.
Udah banyak aja.
Ya,
Ya ada.
Dora berapa itu?
9.
9, 10 anjir.
Main gini
9.
memang bergantung laksak lah.
Kan 5 pin itu ada 5.
10 sama Nuki.
Sama kita. Kita
Oh iya, sorry nggak ngerti kita gue, sorry.
Tanyao kan. Jadi nggak bisa rondong.
Iya makanya.
Oh iya, tanya lo.
Kalau bisa
Iya, Tanyao.
di upgrade.
Kita 3.
Kalau bisa war biasa. P.
Nuki
Weh,
Dora.
masuk.
Nanti
Oh,
kalau
masih ditahan.
gua draw discard nanti dibilang nggak lucky, ya udah main lah.
Dulu monster kartu.
Wah, Shanten.
Dora.
Dia mau ngapain ya?
Gitu.
Sayang lu Dora 3. Dia nggak punya maksudnya poinnya masih rendah.
Oh, Narada. Nggak tahu nih Narada.
Iya.
Paling mau Rici. Nunggu 7.
Richie
Iya, tapi poinnya masih sedikit lah, belum bak 4-an.
Makanya.
Ton kalau menurut gue ya tangki ton kalau masuk 7 pun.
Tangkiton kah.
Oh dibuang.
Buang Dora sama dia.
Oh,
Oke,
kalian
Dora.
Oh, Tenpai no. Belum Shanten.
Belum sampai.
Pengen sekali Tenpai. Enggak belum.
PP.
Lah, balik
Iya,
jadi di
Rincan.
per.
Wah, keburu Tenpai kami bertobat.
Bye.
Buset, beneran Tenpai dia anjir Narada.
Kejar.
Weightnya apa?
Hajar.
Hitnya 369.
Iya. 369 sama 47 ya.
Beda lebar. Biar
Apakah
Dan
kena?
saya 69
Ya,
nggak ada.
kena kami bertobat. Iya, di Cinomi.
Ricky Dora Nomi.
Iya, di Doranomi.
Dora.
Asik.
2600
Mestinya sih dikitain dulu kali ya.
harusnya ya.
Bisa Tenpai kali.
Ya dapat poin. Enggak, kalau dikitain kan dapat head juga ininya.
Weh,
Bangga
itu kami
anjir.
bertobat udah
Pasti
2
banget
triplet.
ya kalau nge-P 3 loh.
Daisanggen.
Bisakah saya Richie draw discard?
Itu sih Susu juga mantap loh tangannya.
Mantap dari mana, Bang?
Mantap itu.
Bang!
Gak ada yang
Gila,
jadi
nih.
mantap.
Gak mantap, Bang. Gimana mantapnya, Bang? Mantap.
Dipancing lah udah.
Oh, Nitsu jadinya. Ya, kurang
Iya
paruh ya.
makanya Honexo membuang 2 Dora.
Ya. Iya sama aja kan.
Ah, Dora yang terbuang juga.
Duh.
Turun.
Kenapa gitu?
Doranya
Toy
habis
Toy pun
nih.
bisa coy. Toy Toy pun bisa itu.
Enggak. Jauh sih Pak, tapi anyway,
Bisa dicoba kan?
pada nggak sayang Dora ya? Pada nggak sayang Dora
Doranya
loh.
habis.
Iya. Jangan-jangan kita pun dibuang lagi.
Buset, nih Narada.
Ya.
Mana merah? Mana merah?
Mawar merah.
Merah doko.
Mau
Mon.
dibawa ke
Dibuang naga merah.
567.
Buang naga merah.
5 lah.
Oh, oke.
Kita bakal buang naga merah.
Kita kalau mau nih.
P.
Dia mau kita
Eh.
repair kali.
Enggak, kalau mau kitanya jadi per, naga merah harus dibuang. Naga hijau jadi
Suangko
per.
itu. Tenpai Suangko itu. Kali bertobat.
Oh iya benar.
Ada Suangko Gaming kah? P.
Ada kok.
P.
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 Tuh. Kan.
P.
Rincan.
Kan.
Wih anjir.
Yang suangko.
Suangko. Tempatnya emot.
Ya malas aja.
Nice.
Ya malas
Wih
aja.
anjir
udah.
Urai masuk pula. Asik.
Laksek terus.
Enggak ngaruh.
Gak ngaruh, Ra. Apa itu, Ra?
Iya nggak ngaruh. Tapi
Hade ini Narada Ron langsung matiin gua. Oh, Minus nggak mati ya. Hade.
minus nggak mati. Kalem.
Siapa sih yang bikin turul? Bikin lama aja anjing. Udah kayak lihat Doto Cina cibai.
Gua bikin rule.
Lu kayak gini aja ngeluh lama. Musia main sama gua lu, Bang.
Berisik.
Soalnya Sanma gitu. Lama-lamain coy. Duh,
Mental
Ini
game.
biasanya top 1 apa top 2 ya?
Biar lama.
top 1 doang.
Apa?
Top 1 doang.
Top 1.
Siap.
Soalnya lower bracket ini.
Siap.
Bentar deh.
Anjir Narada laksuk men.
Beda.
Males. Lak gua lagi di bawah ini.
Parah ya bawahnya. Weh,
Masa on itu lagi anjir.
Ini sudah tewas ini yakin gue.
Tewas lah.
Nggak bisa tewas di sini, Bambang.
Ya, maksudnya tewas sampai akhir dibikin 70.000 minusnya.
itu mah Sumina. Kena Sutangki Ron. Oh iya. Alah, susu.
Gua mencium bau-bau suju kena ron dari P ini.
P
Weh.
enggak lah.
Oh nyepet.
Wih.
Tak semudah itu Ferguson.
Small sushi.
Weh, masuk semua. N-nya
Nah,
enggak.
soalnya nggak.
Ah, susu toy-toy lah, susu
draw
toy-toy.
macam apa ini? Lo tahu
Ini
nggak tuh,
Rocky.
tuh naga merah anjing itu? Gua tahu pasti nggak ada di tangan siapa-siapa tuh.
Lu ini laki Pak, lu laki. Ricci.
Ya, entertain, Pak.
Oh ya aku ya. Belum.
Enggak.
Ini paling naga. Kamera ya.
Buset, ini Naradat. Santen.
Oh, itu dia.
Itu dia.
Itsu.
Hitsudemo arigato.
Dibuang naga merah.
Buang lah, pasti nggak ada itu sampai akhir dunia. Gua tahu.
Wah, Itsu, Honitsu, dua-dua.
Masalahnya lu
Jadi
harus
toy-toy.
dapetin juga, toy-toy. Dan lu kenapa buang 8 kalau jadi toy-toy
Bon.
di awal nanti?
Nah, bon 7 atau 8.
Awalnya gua
Apanya
percaya
udah
sama
ada,
naga
Bambang, lu
merah.
buang apa mestinya?
Tenpai Narada.
Ricci.
Pepek.
Dama, anjir.
Dama pusing lah
Mati
babi.
deh. Bro.
Bre. Is pula.
Itsu, Honitsu, Haneman ya?
Iya.
Baiman.
Baiman. Ups.
Kok tambah Ricci, Baiman tuh.
San Baiman, Ricci, Patsu. Pagi Urabah, Kazo ya mungkin.
Hitsudemo arigato.
Sayang sekali
Pokoknya-
susu.
Head of Culture banget. 69.
Lak
Si
lagi.
kami bertobat, sampah tangannya.
Itu Narada insat.
Iya.
Nunggu dua so aja.
Hand gua nggak bagus.
Jangan dipecah, udah Ricci aja yang penting. harusnya dia ngejar skor sih ya, bikin Jinitsu aja.
Honsula gitu kayaknya. Wih, anjir, tau dari mana sob bakal masuk? Jago.
Itu namanya bisa prediksi masa depan.
Cenayang emang.
Oke lah.
Itu
Jadi
namanya
oke itu.
laki.
Oh iya, definisi
Laki
lagi.
itu.
Ya. Oh, draw-nya OP banget.
78.
Anjir. 78.
Uang 78.
Oke lah. Toh dia kalau
Terserah.
ngomong juga, ya tenpai sih kalau ngomong.
Alah, Ricci kontol muri.
Enggak, dia kayaknya mau nge-grade ini deh. Mau nge-grade Suangko deh. Makanya slotnya disimpan. Tapi nggak menjelaskan 78-nya.
Iya kan, 78 itu loh. 678 tenpai.
Oh, Ricci kayak gini.
Ricci.
Astaga, gua bisa
Tidak
bikin
ngeliatin
gini
diri.
sih.
Ipatsu. Ipatsu.
Iya,
Tidak.
sisa ngelak anjir, ki banget.
Pusi.
Pusing lah.
Ya laki.
Nih bangsat nih. Kok masih diperam anjir?
Enggak,
Jago.
si kami bertobat itu kayaknya apa ini deh. Pure death deh dia. Bail out dia.
Pecah
Oh.
langsung.
Ya,
7 yang kena. Tewas 7.
iya.
Yang
Tewas dah.
Berdarah.
Oh, enggak.
kau.
Aduh, ura.
Yeay,
Apa
kelar.
nih uranya guys? Uranya 9.
Balik nonton Dota.
Emang gue suren anjing. Dotsu Gaming kah? Oh, udah.
Udah Otsu Gaming, santai.
Narada itu kemarin beda 100 ya?
Iya.
Gara-gara Ricci sticknya dibuang di ini ya.
Iya, gara-gara Richie stick dibuang-buang. Pentingnya Richie stick di situ.
Ya udah, ada yang
Orang
mau
Ricci
main.
dia sumo anjir. Itu hokinya bener-bener hoki. Oh, enggak di pon.
Ada yang mau main kah?
Sholat dulu gua kalau itu.
Orangnya
Ah.
di situ suruh aja
Sadel
main.
anjing,
Mahjong boleh.
Anjing loh.
sadel anjing.
Ah, parah gue dikatain anjing.
Weh, fonten pai.
Ini kan
Kencang anjir. What the fuck.
receh.
Iya, tapi oh iya, tapi receh.
3.000 ya.
Sehat.
Anjir nih kami bertobat draw-nya bagus banget.
I'll get for talking about what Seb said behind the scenes, but the
One.
offlane meta is Helm of Iron Will right now.
And
Pretty much
then-
every offlaner
Lar.
is either building Armlet or Helm of the Dominator, which allows them to
Udah mulai tuh.
get that early
draft.
sustain, the 6 armor and 6 HP regen from such a cost-effective item.
Buang satu.
And what that does is it allows the
Nggak
4th
juga.
position,
Analisisnya
in this case the Lion, to roam on mid and give a lot of momentum to the mid laners, such as these
Weh,
spirits, the Storm
standby.
Spirits, the Ember Spirits. And what Enchantress is so good at
Minggunya
that
1.8
most
ya?
other 5s cannot do is she can
Minggunya
harass the
69.
offlaner through
Oke.
the armor that the Helm of Iron Will gives you. The impetus is pure damage, and she also does a lot of harassing in the early game,
Iya,
which
so itu ini
delays
mah.
your
Kalau
ability to
langsung
get that Helm of
draw-nya.
Iron Will. If you saw last game, Zai, he went for the Tango Quelling Blade straight into the Helm of Iron Will, and that's a kind of build that a lot of offlaners want to go for, but it's quite difficult against a hero like Enchantress,
Okay,
who's so
gua pamit dulu
powerful
bentar.
early, and then also breaks down that timing with the impetus.
It's a kill hero as well, right? So if you have anybody else show up with an Enchantress in the lane, like 4 position Earth Spirit, I don't know, like any 4 position, you're gonna get a kill on the Tidehunter. And then you also, like if there's a carry, you and the carry alone can kill the Tidehunter just because there's so much damage. There's a creep to go in front and body block. I think you can enchant, which of course can be purged off, but the purge is not that good in the early game because it requires so much HP. So that's not super effective.
So the Enchanter has become quite popular for Secret, but we haven't really seen other teams pick up the strategy too much. What is it that makes it so special about this team?
You just have to be an Enchantress master. She's not a hero you see
Okay.
some other team pick and you're like, oh, we can try that out, it's gonna work. We were talking about how many permutations of the map that you can play purely based on the creep you get. You know, if you get a Wildkin, you're gonna look to pressure towers. If you get the Hellbear Smasher or the Centaur, you might be ganking with it. If you get the Satyr, you might be harassing or burning their mana with the blue one. Yeah, it's like, there's so many different things you can choose to do purely based on the RNG of the camps. And it's not a matter of which one's better than the other. It's like, okay, I've got this iteration, what am I gonna do with it?
There was a point in the NADPC where I remember that Enchantress had quite a low win rate, and the pub win rate was like 42% too, pro level pub win rate. And then people started copying like the Puppy and some of these like European teams rotating towards the mid tower at 5 minutes, where a creep with that much armor is too strong for a lot of lineups to deal with. It's like the earliest tower pushing timing that you can really get out of that enchant. And then the win rate skyrocketed in DPC, and then it's skyrocketed in pubs as well from that single rotation, because the earlier you do a rotation, the more impact it has because of the butterfly effect on the game. And so I think it's little things like that that make good Enchantress players good at the hero. Tanking the tower with your heal, things like that.
So while most people would consider this hero like a micro-intensive, very mechanical hero, you're talking about the tactical.
Yeah, it's super macro. It's actually a very easy hero to play. I mean, you're microing one thing. Yeah, you can just send it down a lane, and it's really about, like I said, like using the catapult timings, and then late game you're just kind of walking in and dying and then buying back if you're Puppy.
I think this is a really cool pick for Willow because it's a support that can solo kill Enchantress with even just like a +1 stun. And she might even be able to do it with just the Bramble, but the Bedlam doesn't get slowed down by Untouchable, even though it is technically attacking. But Team Secret also is likely to take a Spirit Hero for all the reasons I talked about with Enchantress. And you could potentially do Willow Puck, which the Terrorize Fear combo with the Coil on 4th pick for Spirit. So I think they're setting up some potential, like, 5-head, this is what you're going to pick, we know what you're going to pick, pigeonholing you into a specific hero, and being ready to deal with it.
And the comfort pick as well, because that's Miroslav's best hero.
I like the Willow here too because it's a Yule's buyer and a 4-staff buyer versus the Magnus. So it gives you some sort of way of dealing with the Horn Toss, which I think a lot of people, that's the thing that they're questioning. Like, okay, how do we deal with this hero? It's not really, let's pick Purges and dispel the RP. Nobody cares about the RP anymore. It barely matters. It's all about that Horn Toss. So a hero that can pick up both of those items and a hero that will also get in there where you can Yule somebody, because that's a pretty short range. And there are other heroes that might pick up a Yule's, but like Willow goes in the fight because she can press W and she's just immune to everything.
Wouldn't you see a Morphling though with the Willow?
Oh, that's true. Wouldn't you be able to also set up the Bramble Maze a defensive way so that Magnus can't just jump and skewer?
Even if he skewers through it, like he gets stuck in one of the Brambles, and it gives you some sort of follow-up, some way of killing him. Yeah, for sure.
You get the Juggernaut now for Team Secret. What's the reason behind this pick?
It's just so good against Willow specifically. It's a Jug Mag combo. Yeah, it's just a free Jug game as of now, and it's similar to what we saw last game with Natu's Terrorblade, is they had to pick heroes that killed it after the draft. So it's a hero that its innate survivability mechanic has not been dealt with, which makes it so there's much more limitation. Like, I wouldn't want to pick Puck now if I'm Team Spirit. I wouldn't want to do that combination because Jug's one of the few heroes that can get coiled and not really care for the majority of the game.
Udah lo tonton itu Dota yang mana draftnya?
Dota lagi baru pick keempat.
Yeah, imagine a Grimstroke. Okay, like if you name the 2 most difficult lanes to lane against as a Tidehunter or even generic offlaner, Juggernauts in both of them, and then it's probably Grim Jug and probably Enchantress Jug as well. The only other here is like maybe CM Jug, Lich Jug, something like that. But I think both of these heroes are worse than Lich though. Like you basically have the 2 strongest Jug lane pairings. If there's ever a rotation to this safe lane, it's like a guaranteed kill. And I don't even think it's necessary to have a rotation to the safe lane because Ench Jug will dumpster a Tide. So I'm curious to see how Team Spirit deals with this.
There's the Morphling. Good job, ESJ.
Now that the combination's off the table, this is the first duplicate hero, by the way, for Yatoro throughout the entire main event. Something to keep in mind. He did cap out at 13.
Wah buset, pakai Morphling lawan
the
Grimstroke sih aneh banget.
Picking a different hero every single game, but
you mean the pride of winning TI because they don't think about the money. Players have never thought about it.
Sorry, the pride of winning TI. Thank you. And I think what I want to see from Team Secret here is
this might be the one combination where it's actually beneficial because getting the movement speed buff on Jug for longer, especially against heroes like
Masa last picknya si Team Spirit bakal Earthshaker carry gitu?
Exactly.
Earthshaker mid. Tidehunter mid pernah jadi sih.
Spirit that they do get a Morphling illusion from this Grimstroke that presumably is going to be a 4 position here. So that will be a very early Morph illusion, but then on the flip side, the Willow Morph combination doesn't exactly have great counters.
Soalnya lucu loh kalau Grimstroke harusnya siap Zor kan. Papi pasti ngambil enchant. Kalau si Grimstroke-nya Ras Aganim lucu soalnya Morphling.
The Phantom from his second ability cannot be dispelled by Tidehunter Kraken Shell, so you can afford to use that in fights. It'll buy you an extra couple seconds that he's going to have to use to hit that bug off. And that might be just enough for them to ignore the Tide long enough to bring down some crucial targets like the Morphling.
Soalnya Morphling juga nggak bisa lari dari itu juga kan, ultinya si Grimstroke. Kalau udah kena ulti Grimstroke nggak bisa waveform.
Completely crush Team Secret. At least with these current heroes that we're seeing here, There is the Mag and Jug where you're going to have the Empower, so there will be like a presumable item advantage. But if these two teams are on an even playing field and it's 30 minutes and they have the Willow Morph, there is nothing currently to deal with that. And they're going to do enough damage to completely obliterate a Jug. Like, what is Jug going to Omni Slash a Morphling? He's got 6 different ways of getting out of it. He just becomes the Willow and presses W, and then he's fine.
I expect the Jug to probably go Diffusal this game. It's so good against both of the supports. Even though Willow, you won't be able to hit her, you can do full damage to her through the spin. One of the few carries that can do that. But then also just the mana burn against Morphling now, the fact that Morph takes mana. As a, or attribute shift. Yeah,
Tide as well, honestly. You spin on the Tide, you drain his mana, and it's like you don't even need to kill him. He just has no mana.
I wouldn't be surprised by like Yasha or Falcon Blade into Diffusal.
Yep, sure.
Just to
Pick mid-nya, aduh gua jarang. Kagak. Gua baru mau bilang Tinker, gua lihat Tinkernya ke band. Void Spirit klasik. Masa Storm Spirit bakal dipirik sama Spirit?
Void Spirit udah paling bagus. Agadim dia kan skill 3-nya ngasih silent.
Iya. Enggak, maksudnya si tim Spirit. Masa pilih Storm Spirit?
Harusnya enggak mungkin Storm Spirit. Ini kan ininya ya. Sky mungkin banget. DP juga mungkin.
Terus itu ya, pilih Hoodwink ya.
Kalah. Kenapa?
Last pick Hoodwink terus kalah.
Tim tier 1 yang kemarin.
Jagoan meong. Aduh, tim Spiritnya aja bingung mau pilih apa. Reserve time-nya udah mau habis. Oh, Kunkah? Why Kunkah?
Bagus dong. Kunkah bagus dong.
Ya bagus lawan Void Spirit awal-awal.
Mental trigger.
Ayo papi.
Tokyo.
GG easy. Tapi kayaknya ini bukan morph Aganim, bakal morph biasa ini. Iya, morph langsung Iblet. Pepeo hilang.
Langsung hilang jadi jiwanya. Oh, Jihin ini.
Iya.
Coachnya. Korea, dia orang Korea.
Ya, annyeonghaseyo. Kamsahamnida. Senderen Sans fan. Gara-gara cewek goblok sih si Toby. Nggak itu.
Seru tapi kalau nggak ada Toby asli.
Iya, nggak seru nggak ada Toby. Jadi cewek goblok. Pusi udah longgar juga masih dipermasalahin.
Ada main atau gimana? Kabar?
Nonton Dota.
Oh, baiklah.
Udah final day soalnya.
Gua ngerank lo gitu.
Waduh, tinggal 26 menit. Ini langsung L2 kah? Barkion?
2 ntar jam 4.
Jam 4. Abis itu ada L3 nggak? Nggak ada ya? Itu
3
cuma
match itu awal-awal. Kan jam 2 udah mulai waktu itu.
Oh ya, oke. Buset. Empat orang nyari first blood nggak dapet si Zai. Ah, noob anjing. Ya udah, kalau kalian semua di bawah, kami ambil yang atas, easy. Ah, mati ini si Tide Hunter paling. Putar, spin. Nice.
Wah, slownya parah banget anjir.
Ya,
Ntar lagi.
enchant sama itu.
Langsung lah gitu aja.
Langsung first blood, cuan. Yang dapat si Jagger pula. Udah kalah satu item gitu. Ya berarti di atas. Yap, cor. Lah, mana enchantressnya? Oh, ngepull. Oh enggak. Oh, nice.
Gua nonton di Twitch aja biar gak ada delay. Sini ada delay 2 detik lama lu ya. Lu nonton di mana?
YouTube kok.
Pernah delay?
Nyantoy.
Twitch udah paling bener dah. Anjir bogolem. Pukulnya malah dilempar batu deh. Gua dilempar batu malah ya deh.
Yo.
Lu kalah anjir. Kagak ditimpuk batu. Ini dikatain bosnya kabur. Bosnya seketika ini ya.
Aduh. Wah, mati papi.
Delay kan? Udah mati kan?
Iya, udah mati.
Di Twitch nonton di Twitch. Twitch gak ada delay.
Kick W.
Nonton di Twitch aja.
Apa sih yang dapetnya? Kok damage-nya gede banget ya ini si Willow. Papi belum ngambil skill kedua. Menarik. Mati kalian. Mati.
nonton di ini, setuju di Twitch. Nonton di Twitch udah.
Pion. Buat Twitch kayak agak-agak ampas sebenarnya tuh. Coba gue buka Twitch.
Twitch itu lebih berat, cuman lebih enak karena nggak ada delay. Buat matu aja.
You know, I would favor the other team at some point, but the Dire lineup can definitely win this game even come super late game. There's obviously RP is always going to be an X factor. BKB piercing stun, empowered cores. The portrait might become the X factor as you pointed out as well. So I think Secret aren't too concerned.
Okay. As we see Blade Fury from Matu in the top lane, you can see the Centaur
Nggak,
making
kalau
his way
nggak
over
dapet
to try to get a
sih
potential
kecewa
stomp here.
banget.
But Shadow Realm gonna keep
Lu
him
udah
alive at the very least
si type
close.
kalau nggak
Very
dap-
low on
nggak mati
HP
sih
here, and
kecewa.
Matu
Mati ini
does
Papi.
have his ult, but
Mati
no
si
mana to
Papi.
work with. His Puppy gonna get ganked here from Toronto Tokyo. X with the boat coming in. And Collapse just wants to get some XP here, Cinder. Oh, okay, the stomp comes
nggak
out. Puppy
mati.
still survives,
Ah.
but finally that second right
Papi
click.
yang mati.
Yeah, if that stomp would have hit, he might have lived. Both of the Team Spirit
Gimana
heroes
sih
just
cara
narrowly
hilang?
dodging it there.
Stream chat. Pion.
So it's a good gank from Toronto Tokyo. They do find a kill. It's going to cost him a little bit of health on the mid tower, and actually his bounty rune here will be stolen by Nisha. But
be,
Collapse was in trouble. He needed help.
Oof, does he run? Oh, Nisha, did he?
Ah,
get
Nisha,
don't think he
Nisha
saw him.
nggak
Oh, man.
ngeliat.
Oh, they did.
super close?
He must have. The TP out from Collapse there.
Okay. Was looking for the higher priority kill potentially.
Naik itu dia ke atas.
As now Mira, very wary of this area now, but is back to basically full HP. And Toronto Tokyo on this Kunkka Cinderin. What's the build this game? We've seen Halberd. We don't really see Radiance anymore, but I mean, it's not the most unusual thing for
Agak anim
mid-Kunkka.
sih paling
Might
ini
go face
Toronto
armor.
Tokyo.
Okay.
Nisha's
Nisha.
stepping up on him a bit, just harass.
Level advantage right now going the way of Toronto Tokyo, by the way, as Nisha just trying to be annoying here. But yeah, you like just armlet into what then?
Armlet Halberd doesn't sound too bad. Halberd against Jug can be a little bit dicey because, you know, you need to find the right timing to get it off between Omni Slash and Spin, but it also just gives you the inherent
Aduh, mati.
tankiness.
Say.
Zor looks very
As
dead
I
here. Nice setup
yaptım.
overall from Team Spirit, and Miposhka very kindly gives the kill to Yataro.
What a bro.
You'd never do that for me.
I have very good reason to not do that.
Yeah,
for you.
so you say. Still
I
very
have
even game to start
statistical evidence that it's better spent on me.
Stats lie. I'm pretty sure that's a segment I've heard of. Collapse now level 6, so Ravage is good to go. It looks like bottles can be refilled here in the mid lane for Nisha. So what's the go time for each team? Is there a certain item? Is there a certain level? Looks like
Toronto
mid
Tokyo.
potential gank on Toronto Tokyo, taking heavy damage. Still has his boat to work with.
Silence
Here
kah?
comes, the rum buff is there, but Astro Step is going to do a lot of damage. In the meantime,
Oi.
the reinforcements have arrived. Look at that Tiebringer just destroying Yapzor. And there's the Curse Crown into the right click. Mira actually gets credit for that one. It's a 2-0 as Toronto Tokyo being pursued by Zai.
Dua bracer
Not
sih
able to find an
ketebolan
RP
sebenarnya.
though. And now Puppy is going to take heavy harassment. In addition to this, Tiebringer with the X into the Torrent. That's going to be 3 kills potentially going the way of Team Spirit, but there's the RP to try to counteract this. Zai gets it off onto Mira, but the Shadow Realm keeps
Mati
him
lah
alive
Mira.
for now.
Nggak dikejar. What the fuck?
The Hadouken is coming from the Seder Tormentor Cinder, and the Skewer's going to miss, but the Shockwave into the Hadouken. Puppy gets credit for that one.
What a sick combo, Shockwave into Shockwave.
That's right.
They didn't have a new name for that one.
Dua buat
That's
dua
why,
lah nggak
Is
apa-apa
that
sih.
the only spell that...
That's a terrible time for
Puppy
Koji
mati,
because they're going to
ya,
X
ya,
into
ya,
the
ya,
Torrent
mati.
again. Toronto
Ya,
Tokyo
iya.
won't be able to find a
Damage-nya
kill here,
kegedean.
but is wreaking havoc right now on Team Secret. Such a difficult hero to kill in general,
Better than
especially once he
nothing.
gets that boat off with all that damage mitigation.
Spirit had a very good read there of how much they could get away with on
Nilainya
Toronto
beda.
Tokyo. Very
Nilainya
nicely
beda
done,
sama
and they do
Spirit.
come out victorious in that fight slightly. And with RP down for another minute, Secret will probably just chill, farm, and more than likely look to stack up some more Ancients. They haven't really stacked yet, and I think now is the time that you want to start building up for Jugger. to really start making some progress. Puppy will stack both camps here. Leave the bounty. No, he will take it. Change his mind. And this shouldn't be a surprising thing for Spirit either. In the next couple of minutes, they will want to try to invade that triangle, get vision out, and try to fight. Their team fight obviously extremely strong on the back of Kunkka, Willow, as well as Tide. When they all have their 6s, Willow is a little bit away. I would imagine they give him the tome and give Lion a lane for 6 since he is very close. And the tome should be flying out to Willow. It is indeed. So Miposhka should be looking to find that Finger of Death somewhere sometime soon.
And Yataro queuing up the S and Y into E-Blade. We'll see if he
look at Secret's wording, by the way. Very, very centric around that bottom half. Obviously, again, multi-purpose wording. They want to get info about the enemy team on their side so they can make ganks, but this also effectively works as a very nice protective layer for the triangle, since invasive moves from Spirit will be impossible without a smoke, and if they smoke, they're likely to do it down here, so Secret will see it coming and won't have to be scared of the smoke all the time when heroes are missing. They will simply know when it gets popped. Bottom lane.
Yeah, Matu trying to push here. We see some TPs here. There's an Earth Spike into the waveform with Toronto Tokyo making his presence known, but the healing ward does go off for Matu, keeping him alive. Looks like he'll be just fine as a result. Zai does get X though after the skewer comes through. Gets the RP off though. That's against
Omni.
counter Magnus, it looks like.
Kena fear.
Die. He's gonna get waveform into
Tinggal loncat,
big death there for Secret. Nicely done from Team Spirit, knowing their limits.
Yeah, great hex from Miposhka there as soon as he comes out.
Kalau nggak ada fear mati itu.
Gets instant hex, doesn't get a chance to use the second astral step. And they do find a kill, defend their tower effectively with this, at least for now.
Udah berat ini.
They will expend a lot of spell threat, however. Only Ravage is really online. I think if Spirit want to hold this tower, they need to bring down Tide now, or they're likely to concede it. Secret are kind of sticking around. They seem a little bit indecisive, but well, they had a feeling there was a ward. They're going to find that one. Hex mark.
Yeah. Matu will be fine here. We did see Morphling turn into Magnus Center. That is kind of hilarious. You waveform in, you skewer them back.
Lama banget coy dari toilet.
I mean, this early on, that's basically like having a blink here. That's pretty high impact.
You get empowered too.
Yeah, true.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah, Nisha. See the smoke coming in from Team Spirit. Looks like Nisha is going to be their target of choice.
lega.
A very slippery hero to find though, but that's what X is for. But Nisha already on his way to his jungle.
Atau lagi pada
this game.
Aduh, mati ini
They
Matu.
can get the torrent to start things off into the Earthstrike and the Finger. Nicely done from Team Spirit. Blade Fury did not go off in time for Matu.
Despite all of those wards Secret had earlier, 2 of them either got expired or dewarded, and they just did not have the read that this play was coming in from Team Spirit. Very nice with the torrent opener. And the burst, and they're going to just rotate straight back down to bottom to try and still defend this tower. When the Jugger isn't here pushing, first of all, they knew that he was in the triangle because he wasn't pushing bot. And now that he's dead, can very easily hold this with the primary pushing hero Secret on the sidelines. Team Spirit will defend that bottom tower, no
Late
problem.
game kalah sama Morphling harusnya.
Enggak dong.
In terms of item progression,
Nisha kalah sama
Toronto
Morphling
Tokyo
harusnya.
pretty close to BKB,
Ya,
just the recipe away right now.
Itu stunner banyak aja.
Going for a very early one, so double bracer BKB, extremely tanky on him.
Ya, ada X-Spell kan.
Not very often you see BKB this early. What do you
Menurut gua
thought?
sih tergantung Grimstroke ini, tergantung
Yeah,
Yapsor.
I don't know how good it is in this game.
It's really against the Void Spirit more than anything.
Primarily Void Spirit, a little bit of the Grimstroke silence, you know, but it's not.
Anjir, tinggal 11 menit.
Key BKB game.
Bintang mau matching bareng nggak di
I
kasih
think
ayo
what
Sanma.
they're planning for is just to feel really strong approaching that mid game so they can just group up and go fight and have a clear front line in both him and the Tide.
Gini nih, admin kayak gini
You could
nih.
argue that Collapse doesn't want to frontline in this game because of the Grimstroke silence. It just puts him at risk of not getting Ravage off. So maybe Kunkka can just do the job, since he can just remove that silence.
Is it also recognizing that Team Secret's power spike is more mid-game centric and they just want to be prepared for that potentially?
Yeah, it could be. I feel like you could also prepare for that with the Armlet Halberd, to be honest. I think that would also make you really strong at that point in the game. But this way you guarantee you get your spells off, and I think he might be rating that more highly. You know, their lineup has insane spell bursts, it's just about getting them off.
Yeah, Matu empowered now, level 11. And going for this
Ngambil
bottom
ulti dari
tower.
Sange dan
There's
Sange.
gonna be some pressure mid from Team Spirit in the meantime, though.
Iya, setuju.
Rekonsi sama
Seekers
siapa
ends
nih?
up
Ini yang
being
kanji
given up.
siapa,
Top
Cok?
tower has already been killed, so
Jangan tanya saya
looking for
tidak
the
tahu.
potential
Dia-
overall trade. S and Y
Enggak,
picked up
enggak,
by
memang
Matu,
dia.
so both
Ganti
respective
nama kan
position
dia?
ones
Itu
will
ganti
be
akun.
getting
Aku
S and
dulu.
Y, it looks like, Synderen, this game.
Dan sekarang
And
mereka
going
juga
for that
tidak
extra
100%.
status resist.
There's a lot of stuff on both teams that you can get value out of status resist against. Puppy
Is dead.
Mati dong.
Papi langsung meninggoy.
Jinx.
Party.
You can't
Lah
say-
itu
you're
more
not
playing
allowed
juga
to speak
SNY.
until,
Fuck.
like give you a
Okay.
soda. I think that's the rule.
Is that how it goes?
That's how it is in America. That explains the obesity, right?
Yeah.
A lot of jinxes going on. Zai in the trees. Obviously not with the blink dagger yet, about 500 away, but blink dagger is on the way for collapse. So collapse off to a much better start than last game. That is for sure. He has the hood. He is super tanky. Up soulbind with the Phantom's Embrace. It's not going to connect on anybody in terms
Wasted.
of a secondary target, but Maposhka
Soulbindnya wasted.
is taken out.
Lu lihat tuh
Secret.
Ricky sticknya.
Good connection there from Yapzor
Asik.
on the
Oh,
stroke of fate,
kah?
but they can't really follow up.
Eh,
And there
ngelag
would
juga.
also have been a BKB for Toronto Tokyo anyway, but
Oh,
maybe
okay,
they were
nggak
hoping to
Ricky, sorry.
force that. So Secret hold their tower, but it is getting very low, and you imagine Team Spirit will just make another attempt there very, very soon with their tide and get that cleaned up. So it's looking great for Spirit compared to last game, right? Like, not only are they ahead on gold in the game, but also the overall flow of the lineups is going to
Yeah.
help them get in a very good position in the mid game. I think Secret were hoping to get more value out of Puppies and Enchantress in this game, and Mira just didn't let it happen on that Dark Willow. Contested him a lot, got the kill like we talked about earlier, slowed him down,
Expert semua ya?
and made sure collapse. Still, despite playing against a very hard lane in my
Ini
opinion for
ini
Tide,
lawannya.
he did completely fine.
Expert semua ya?
Kayaknya semua deh.
And they're just rolling off the back of that. Secret
Yeah.
probably
Collapse is
will have
just-
to be cautious with fighting for a while.
Yep, for sure.
More
Yeah,
more
it's
more
unfortunate
naik
'cause when
lane.
you have
Itu.
a juggernaut, you
Kalahin
kinda want,
Mas yang
it
itu.
is, like you said, an empowered juggernaut, so you will be farming at a much higher rate. Doesn't have to go for,
Aduh.
like, I mean, we've seen Battlefield
Weh,
way in the past, but more
dikejar.
Maelstrom or Echo
Anjir si
Saber type
Matung
builds.
nge-farm
Just
jungle
straight
nggak
for the
dikasih
tanky
empower
SNY,
sama si
because
Zai.
you can take advantage of the cleave from
Mampus gua.
Zai here.
Enggak, Neng.
We'll see
Oh,
what
belum.
Secret wants to do here to
Sama
try to get back
Enchant
in the
gua,
game. It's not
anjir.
exactly an insurmountable lead by
Wait,
any
ini sama
means.
nggak nih?
But anytime you have a Morphling and you're off to a good start, that usually bodes pretty well for the Morphling team.
Diska tuh
And
tengah-tengah
I would
gitu
assume
anjir.
he's going to go E-Blade
Tunggu.
first before the Ag, so that's when Shadow Realm really
Asu lah.
becomes
Yep.
completely filthy. And I believe it works with the talent, if I'm not
Oke,
mistaken.
wait, sama
right? The waveform striking through targets.
Yes. Level 20 talent.
Oh god, yeah. So looking forward to that one. Morphling is one of the gotta be one of the hardest heroes to balance in the game,
Yep.
along with Rubik. Well, Rubik is more
Gua sama
bug
Enchantnya
fixes
masih
than
ini kalau gitu
anything
gua
actually.
udah ini aja gua apa?
And here goes the mid
Si
top.
stick 5 itu.
Toronto Tokyo will get it. Secret will
Ayo,
annoy
kenyang
him a
itu.
little bit with the glyph.
5.000,
They might as
Mampus
well.
gua.
Actually,
Yeah.
they're gonna back off. They were
Oh,
worried that
mangga.
Secret were turning this into a fight. So showing a lot of respect here. That was a one hit
Sana.
away, and now it's gonna get denied instead by Yapzor.
Sama
respecting the blink
Enchant
RP
kalah sama
potential.
Kanjan anjir.
Might be it. I feel like Kunkka was pretty safe there, but there is the risk, I guess, of getting Blink Skewer RP'd and then Omni Slashed under the tower. So
Yeah.
perhaps they're
Oh, dari G
Yeah,
semua
we
nih.
didn't really talk about that potential, but obviously Omni Slash will cleave because of the Empower on top of that. Then you have the Soulbind with the double Phantom's Embrace. They do have good Wombo combo potential. But Team Spirit's still sporting this
Gua
3K
penasaran
network lead.
itemnya si
And we can see Toronto
Grimstroke
Tokyo
apa dia
working
beli?
towards an AC, so
Lu lihat di Twitch
going
lah,
for
biar bisa
even
lihat
more
item
tank
Di
and
Twitch
obviously
ini.
some damage to go along with that.
Oh, dia gede banyak yang
As Spirit Vessel almost done on Mira.
jauh.
Alright, Toronto Tokyo
nice.
not able to save his teammate. Mira gets taken out by Nisha.
Sedih
really
coy.
wants a high five, doesn't
Gue cuma
Nisha?
mau lihat Yapso beli
Not even
apa.
his teammates
Kalau beli
high-five.
Aganim enak ya.
He's like, well, Puppy's probably like, you know what? Just let that go on cooldown. I don't want to mess
Not
with this
only
anymore.
playing
TPs,
solo mid, he's
top.
just solo in the game. There's no one else in it.
Ah,
Lion
miss.
Wolf
Shockwave.
Will
just
high five you
barely
back.
dodging everything here, Miposhka. Tranquil Boots, Windlace helping out massively there to just run away. If either of those spells hit, he is dead immediately. Well, yeah, Secret do get a pick on Mira. It's something. Still, you it feels like Spirit are pretty comfortable with just farming up their Morphling in particular. I think maybe when he hits the E-Blade is when they will be looking to play a little bit more aggressively and fight.
Nunggu 20 ini.
Yeah, I feel like the pressure is on Secret to start something. I think, like you said, Team Spirit more than happy to farm Zai. Inkswell.
Hey.
I think he overshot his blink. So obviously the range penalty when you click the blink too far away, and then you can't really do the shockwave skewer combo off of that. So Mira will get away.
A very slow-paced game for Secret, as Team Spirit are sitting pretty right now. I thought that with the Blink Dagger on Zai that they would try to get a little bit more aggressive, but hasn't come to be. Is there something that, like on Matu, that they're waiting for? Because looks like Scotty is the big ticket item for him, only a point booster away essentially now.
Si Toronto bikin kuiras.
Oh, hang on.
We have a smoke. Rush. Team Spirit. Oh, the Aether Remnant does spot them. We'll see if they notice, if Secret did notice that.
It looks like Nisha did.
Yep. Oh, he's going to get ravaged, though, into the waveform and blown up.
What the fuck, Nisha?
Or not, Cinderin. He's dead.
Yep. I still don't know after that whether he noticed it or not and just got surprised how quickly they found and killed him. But
Ya udah ngomong aja, Pak.
Ya tadi koneksi gue merah.
Wah, nih set drawing ini.
Tinggalnya di jauh dari peradaban.
Gua mana lu, Pak?
Gua ira anjir.
it did feel like a defensive remnant you placed to avoid that exact play, and then you still got hit by it when you got the vision. But well, it is ravaged down. Secret will try to get a tier 2 tower bottom out of this.
Yeah, Toronto Tokyo just doing the old X marks the spot shenanigans. Try to push this out of the mean
tower trade. Great kill for them though. Already, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Nisha with this game has now quadrupled his amount of deaths on Void Spirit in the main event.
Okay.
By getting 3 in this game.
Aduh, Rosan.
Wow. Very impressive as Roche is being taken out by Spirit.
Kasih lah gift.
E-Blade was already completed for that kill on Yataro, so on his way to the Ags next. This is going to be a freebie for Team Spirit. Aegis likely to go to Yataro.
Wah, parah like-nya
Style Point's just going to waveform through it and grab it on the way out of the pit.
That's when you know he's really feeling himself here.
Yeah, it's that efficiency.
We have a skewer back onto Collapse, into the Blade Fury. But Matu just doesn't do that much damage right now. He needs the shard, which he is going for next. E-Blade applied to him for now. Nisha able to blow up Maposhka on the front line here. This turns into a 5v4 situation with Secret having the advantage, but they don't have much advantage. Oh, Zai.
Skewer. Oh, amat.
But can't really find a maneuver to try to skewer him back, but it doesn't matter. Nisha and Matu blow up Toronto Tokyo.
And they're not done yet.
Mira.
Itu.
Looks like
dapat anjing. Gila, setengah detik bangsat.
Despite giving up Roche, win that fight handily. So that basically, based on just the net worth alone, evens up the game, which is what Secret obviously needed with this more mid-game centric lineup.
Yeah. Ape's neural network still like Spirit quite a bit better from the overall team fight and scalability of their lineup, but that is step number 1 for Secret to put this into a better position for themselves. And you don't count out melee carry with Empower. It can always happen. Team Spirit need to be on their toes the whole game to avoid getting RP'd into an Omni Slash. Even a hero like Morphling that's generally super difficult to kill can just die in a burst.
Masih ampas si Yatoro.
Has to be careful. Obviously that time it was the Kung Fu they went for. There was no... First of all, Morph had the Aegis, and secondly he wasn't in position to really get caught. Another big item coming up soon for Spirit, by the way, the dagger. Miposhka 300 away will definitely be very helpful for them. He has been getting caught a couple of times. Oh, instant hex bottom. They predicted this from Nisha.
Mati kasih Tokyo. Nisha, jangan mati Nisha. Nice.
He does just that. Maposhka finds his way to the grave. Nisha
Nisha
into the fray though.
Oh,
and it's eventually brought down, but at least he takes somebody with him.
Yeah, he had a choice to make there. I actually think he could have escaped. But he doesn't know that for sure that reinforcements aren't arriving, so he's going for the kill instead and hoping he can get out, but not possible there. So, if you're Team Spirit, you're happy with this. Even though your Lion died, he still made progress on the Blink Dagger from just the assist gold and obviously having the good old Philosopher's Stone.
AC completed now on Toronto Tokyo. So gonna give
Iya nih.
a lot
Udah
more
start ya.
armor, some attack speed.
Silakan.
It'll help the push
Oke.
as well if they really want to
Aduh.
try to take some
Matchnya sebenarnya
buildings here.
ditunda saja. Lagi seru.
This is a
nih.
good time for a question for you.
Okay.
Ntar gue post kok
You're never
kalau
gonna guess what
misalnya
I'm
lagi
gonna ask
mantek.
you about.
Selalu setuju. Masih ada ini kan, masih ada match nanti terakhir
Jam
lawan
8 ya?
lawan Tangkeke.
Oh Dota.
Oh.
BTW ini nyari juara 3-nya BO berapa?
3.
Best of berapa?
BO3.
3.
Oh, BO 3.
Kita Mahjong main best of 3 juga sebenarnya.
Iya.
Enggak lah,
Best
best
of
of 10,
class.
best of 10,
Best of 9 lah.
best of 10,
Wanjir.
full hancan.
Oh ya, Om Digimon gimana mau join tim kita kah? Tim kebun binatang.
Ngeri anjir rekrutnya master.
Apaan sih?
Mantan Sain itu tag team katanya ada tag
VMC.
team turnamen.
Tag team VMC.
Oh enggak. Kalau tag team gua nggak ikut.
Wah.
Ya,
Ya rekrut aku.
ya
Tadi
kamu
mau-
Sosial apa gue lupa, sosial ini berkurang, sosial kredit.
Sosial
Sosial
kredit
kredit
minus
berkurang.
15.
Klasik anjir.
sosial
Sosial
kredit.
kredit minus.
Ayo. Kita lagi mencari pemain 1-0 juga.
Ayo Nima.
Ya udah Sadul jadi kucingnya ya.
Yes. Tenang gua ada Cime.
Akbar jadi kelinci. Saya jadi kambing. 1-0-nya mana?
Kita 4 apa 5 sih orangnya?
5 lah.
5. Apalagi hewan ya?
Ada 1-0. Tinggal
Ada
1-0 sama landak. Atau yang pakai kucing palsu.
Oh Niki.
Landak sih
Ada
opai gede.
Nggak ada landak, gua kurang suka. Tapi bonek keren sih.
Opai gede.
Yes.
Opai boin.
Oh iya, kafe juga ya. Aduh, gua gak punya kafe anjir.
Emang kafe ya?
Sedih.
Kelinci ya?
Kelinci kan?
Bruh.
Saya pengen kafe.
Aduh, tidak pulang kafinya.
Tidak pulang.
Ntar lagi nih pas beda
Iya.
Akagi, mana tau lu dapet kafe.
Kalau dapet anjir.
Nggak bisa ya, orang
Beli,
pintar
beli.
lagi kan itu Akagi.
Believe.
Iya, believe.
Beli bener cowok ya. Sama aja bohong anjir. Tapi tetap sial.
Joseph bawa burung tuh.
Waduh,
Kok sus ya?
susi.
Sus.
Tadi L1 siapa yang menang, guys?
Nah, halo Mas. Itu
Ada.
Si anak.
Kan
Oh
kami
wow.
kami bertobat.
Si Yatoro copy paste-nya si
Suzuminas,
Willow.
Zanen,
7 tewas.
Suzu
Iya.
tewas.
Nah, Zanen bagus sih.
Yes.
Wah, kecewa. Udahlah. Gua ngambek lah, gua keluar server juga lah.
Waduh.
Biar bisa jadi curen
Ntar join
kalian.
server Mastermanto.
Nah, Suzu ke pertama ketiga.
3 dia.
3 tewas dia.
Anjir, tewas lah. Kalau kedua aja masih ada kesempatan.
Udah
Soalnya
enggak lower bracket mah.
draw-nya 2 player lagi kayak apaan tahu anjir laksek banget draw-nya.
Iya, gua kayak udah malas main dari mana ya? Hand ketiga atau
Yalah,
hand
gara-gara
kedua?
match Dota ya apa juga yang gak bales.
Gua nggak nonton Dota tuh.
Lu kan gak ikutan.
Iya,
Si Lucu udah malas
10.
duluan gara-gara match Dota.
Iya, malas duluan. Gua lagi enak-enak pas udah mau hancurin throne pula, udah kayak tinggal 1 barak di start anjing.
Padahal tinggal info anjir.
Kesel ya.
Bentar lagi 5 menit lagi gituin kayak kan kebisa.
Itu
gitu.
bentar,
Yes,
60.
Iya.
1 menit. Itu kan 1 menit. Baik. Sambil
Yes,
nonton
menit.
lagi. Di RP.
Oke.
Mana di RP? Apa gua delay Twitch gua? Kayaknya enggak. Oh iya, tersodok. Anjing, Omni Slash-nya ke creep dulu, tai.
Anjing.
Goblok.
Duh, ini lagu Super Idol ngapa tengengnya mulu dah.
Berterima
Itu-
kasih lah teman-temanmu yang sudah
Nggak
share.
ada.
Itu harusnya disengage
Kesel gue.
aja. Ngapain maksa Omni Slash creep masih 5 aja.
Nah ini nih, padahal nggak ikut turnamen tapi banyak bacot.
Ya mati lah.
Wow.
Aduh.
Udah. Nggak.
Ayo 10 detik 10 detik. Masih pengen nonton Dota.
Yoi.
Ya masih nonton Dota sih. Gue belum sadar.
Iya kan delay 5 menit juga. Enggak deh, enggak.
Nah, dapat.
Lihat lagi. Ntar kalau gua udah keluar gua infoin.
Yang keluar terakhir ngitung ya.
Udah masuk.
Iya.
Udah keluar gua.
Teman-teman gua nih kocak anjir.
Mau keluar lagi.
Iya. Tolong ya.
Tolong ya.
Tolong ya.
3/4.
3/4 tolong.
Ini kawaii teigo.
Ayo 3/4. Kapan?
Oi, 3/4.
Sabar. Ntar gua info anjir, lu enggak usah paksa-paksa su. Tuh PC gua enggak bakal kencang kalau dibacotin anjir.
Dibanting
Ya,
aja kalau
biar
gitu.
Panas, biar overheat gitu.
Iya.
Ya kali. PC gua
Akhirnya
masih.
memang juga.
Wah,
Dibanting
Oh iya kah?
aja. Semoga kelar cepat. Nggak usah ada rencan ya, tolong.
Bisa ada rencana anjir.
Awas.
Awas
Beda
aja.
100 aja. Oh, sangat mendukung. Buat receh.
Anjir.
PPP gua udah keluar.
Ya
Ada ya?
udah. Ya udah hitung.
1.
1 2 3. Baru nyadar gua ini Novi 1 Adip 1 ya.
Udah masuk.
Yang main.
Masuk udah menang aja ada orang.
Wah, anjing Ricci Ipats pula. What the fuck? Sade lama sih, anjir.
Ya,
Iya.
sorry. My bad itu
Masuk
mah.
udah menang ada
Masuk
orang.
masuk udah menang.
Ya, kena Ron Oyanya kaset kali.
Kayak masuk kedai. Masuk menang ya.
Nanode nih lumayan lah handnya. Maybe. Walau receh, tapi nggak apa-apa.
Kalau receh.
Tempai. Oh dia udah tempai dari tadi ya Nanode ya baru nggak gua. Ci.
Wah Ricci.
Ricci deh semua. Masih tinggal W7.
Galwet ya kancan.
Nggak sabaran anjir.
Kancan deh gue.
Bentar. Itu dia tempai
Oh,
berapa
iya.
turn? Nggak 2 turn ya? Tadi Nanode.
3.
Wah anjir jago.
1-0 memang.
Anjir emang.
Kancan.
Wah, aduh.
Buannya.
Ih,
Harapanmu
tujuhnya.
cuma 1. Harapanmu cuma 1.
Wah dikejar.
Wah, terkejar.
Sama
kan.
juga nunggunya 1 juga wetnya.
Kan.
3. Ya.
Ya.
Ini drawnya wangi ya.
Ricci,
tempai.
ayo jangan pusing lah, Ricci lah. Mantep, bro. Anjing,
Laki emang.
ngapain buang putih aja napa sih?
Dia kalau buang putih weightnya apa itu?
Sama
7.
Oh iya 7 juga ya. Berat.
Bruh.
Aduh.
Aduh, gua kayak
Weh,
yes.
semuanya dibuang anjir.
Baru
Sayang
ini
banget sama Dora.
Ada orang juga.
Sayang banget sama Dora.
Bonit suka.
Sempro. Lol. Anjir itu air cousin drawnya OP juga ya. Ngeri coy. Tenpai. What the fuck?
Tempoy. Ricci lah anjing.
Kalau mau tempai sanan, kau tadi.
Pusih.
Nah,
Ricci lah. Nah, itu dong.
Gitu dong.
Mantap.
Kenceng banget
Pokoknya-
anjir tempainya 2 turn.
Nah,
Ipatsu.
mati.
Gue 3 wet ya.
Oh, belum.
58.
Enggak
Iya,
Ipacu.
28.
58.
Tempainya 2 turn.
Kan.
Gitu, what the fuck?
Kok enggak?
Ih, ini lagu muslim juga ya.
Tunggu.
Weh, sumo.
Sumo nana des.
Murah. Kurang nggak mas?
Dora.
Oh, nggak tanya.
Caji dari mana?
Asik. Balap mas Plik. Tenho kah? Ya.
Lalalala.
Anjir, Mas Pick bagus tuh handnya. Atau ya bagus semua.
Wah,
The Nomad 2, 3, 4.
wah cuan
tuh.
banget.
Wow. Wah, Mas Pick draw.
Wah,
Ya.
Bar, si Yatoro
Nah.
mati, Bar.
Iya, gue sambil nonton juga, makanya tadi gue teriak.
Emang
Kancan
Chester jago,
lagi.
anjir.
Gue kancan lagi.
Nanonde, Shanten, Pon.
Aduh, jago juga Arko.
Bisa
Shanten,
kena nih.
Shanten.
Bisa kena nih kalau ngepon.
Kalau dia bohong 8 kena. Oh, 5
Wah.
anjir.
Ya, ya
Kalau dari
rip,
mana 5 man?
rip,
Ya.
rip. Sore Rondes.
Nomi mainnya. Kok pada Nomi ya? Sanma loh, Sanma.
Kan biar kelar cepet katanya.
Biar kelar cepat.
Oh, dengar
Tadi ada
berarti
yang-
mereka.
Pengen nonton Dota. Habis
Nah,
ini nggak ada
Erkozin
match
mau
lagi
pengen
kan?
Nggak,
Jam
ada.
Jam
Jam?
8.
Oh, abis ini kan maksudnya monster kan?
Iya.
Monster
Eh,
nggak ada, monster nggak ada.
Mom.
Oh, nggak ada.
Nggak ada ya?
Oh iya,
Nggak ada.
Sortel 2 hari ini ya?
Iya.
Pas
Oke.
anjing mati lagi
Iya,
kasih
daripada
Yatoro.
Pokemon.
Aduh. Om nih.
Ada 2 ya.
Nice.
Nalo dia curen kah?
Hebat, boy. Hebat.
Curen. Anjir. iya,
Anjing
buang.
balik loh networknya ke secret.
On.
Pon.
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 Pon. Bre.
Pusi.
Itu bro. Itu
Ya
bro.
kan satunya ngapain buang tadi anjir. Kenapa nggak buang naga hijau? Mau maksonit suka. Wih, curen, Cok.
Kontol curen.
Curen.
Wah, Anjiro.
Enggak.
Waduh.
Curen.
Tinggal 1,9 di mana nih? 1,9, 1, 2. Ya,
Ini
125.
Ini mah, kok menjembar sama Suren foto.
Ya, nggak believe dia.
Kan, gue bilang kan, Suren foto.
Ya,
Ngedep.
nggak
Ini-
believe.
Langsung belon
Ini
anjir,
si-
instan.
Siapa sih nih? Pusi banget. Gak laki aja.
Pusi
Ini,
lah,
namanya.
anjing.
Oh, sumo. Ninchan.
Enggak bisa. Pon.
Enggak dia.
Kan enggak curen deh, satu yang mati deh. Sumo.
Pon lah.
Wait-nya.
Ah. What the fuck?
Senpai. Kejar.
EJ. Yo.
Ya,
Ya, kena
depan
duluan.
dah.
Mana dulu?
Iya.
Kalau 7 tuh udah beruntung.
Push.
Iya. Ipatsu Ipeko kan. Ini juga Ipeko. Anjir, Baiman. Oh ya.
Oh, sakit loh.
Aduh, sakit
Au.
di pantat.
Au.
Minus.
Covid
Awan
anjir.
Aduh, repeat pula bikin lama aja. Ngentot. Siapa sih yang bikin aturan minus nggak mati?
Berisik nikmati.
Wah, panitia anjing. Panitia Wanjiro.
Ngatain
Boykot panitia.
Tadi demot. Enggak lah, canda.
Wah, gini nih panitia nggak bener nih.
Ngomong gua ya tadi demot ya, demot.
Demot ya, aduh, nggak bener ini.
Waduh.
Parah, lapor.
Demot gak apa-apa, yang penting gak live.
Ya udah, gua live. Kesel gua.
Main tuh.
Anjir, nado deh yang Shanten apa sih namanya, Swangko. Dapat nggak dia nih? Wih, dapat ya, Chan.
Dapet dong.
Ya. Apa?
Gak believe. Dia mau
Anjir, ini dapat satu menangis sih. Ya,
Kemungkinan
ini
ya,
kan
kemungkinan
satu
gua
dapat
aja ya.
3 pin. Dapat 3 pin kan.
Kemungkinan
iya,
gua aja ya.
30.
Ini orang ngincer Kinitsu kalau gua Oditsu. Kemungkinan gua aja.
Dia nggak tahu Swangko kah? Aduh, Shanten loh. Anjir nih, Erkozin juga.
Yah, kena Ron lah.
Enggak, belum.
Ya nggak
Cowok.
belum apanya tuh kena anjing.
Oh, itu baru kena. Nah,
Juga
enggak,
tempainya.
itu tadi. Aduh, sayang banget. Swangko.
Paling nggak negatif lah.
Sih.
Ya,
Nambah poin dikit.
sudah kembali dari dunia pernegatifan.
Social credit plus.
Terus itu plus.
Social credit plus.
Social credit plus.
Social
ya.
credit plus.
Lu gua laporan ke John Cena loh.
Mampus lu jadi Winnie the Pooh.
Anjir.
Mau John Cena apa The Walk?
Tiba-tiba ya, what the hell? Tadi perasaan mainnya kalem dan slow.
Nggak itu
Jadi
kan
nge-press gini.
nggak repeat kan? Udah shot 1
Nggak
mantep.
Oke, bukan 3, nice. Santen,
Nice.
anu, Dek.
Oh, pon. Tank pai.
Pon satu.
Pon,
Duh.
top.
Ya wes.
Jangan nafsu.
Jangan nafsu.
Jangan nafsu. Udah.
Jam
Sumo.
4. Sumonya.
Oh,
Pshiu.
mahal.
Mantep, nggak itu apa? Nggak repeat. Next.
Oh, nanda
6,
menang.
lambat 6. Dora.
Oke. Minus lagi.
Minus lagi.
Terus lagi
Yeay.
kembali ke dunia permintasan.
Mantap, bro. Mantap handnya. What the fuck nih Nano? Nano. Pon tenpai kan? Enggak ya? Enggak deh. Gimana tuh dia? Ya, Rian Shanten lah kalau pon. Weh, tenpai pon.
Pion.
Bingung. Weh,
Bagus banget Bang 7.
Kalau gua sih gua bongkar double is-nya ya.
Kasih gua dia ya soalnya ya.
weh, tenpai.
Itu maksudnya.
Kan ini kalau gila anjir nih orang. Oh iya cepat banget tempenya.
Please,
Wah,
jangan,
nggak bakal buang sih, nggak bakal dibuang sih.
please jangan repeat.
Repeat nih mah, believe.
Please
Buang
jangan repeat.
shot.
Ini kemungkinan besar kenanya di ton.
Weh, Dama, Edan,
Richie lah, jangan pusi lah ngehe.
Richie.
Pusi anjing.
Lu orang
Ya. Ya. Udah bagus tuh handnya Bandi.
Richie aja.
Nah. Weh, Sumo. Jago. Ura kah? Ura 3. Oh, enggak.
Enggak.
Suju kabar buruk Suju.
Aduh iya lagi lihat ini aduh. Mati 3.
Weh, anjir, Erkozin.
Wah, ayo kok musik.
Enggak.
Desangin.
Kalau
Ditahan putihnya.
ya tim mati papi. GG game 3. Aduh.
Loh. Wah anjir, tenpai juga. Jago. Pon tenpai.
Kayaknya hebat coy. Saling tahan.
Anjir, nungguin tangki es ya.
Mungkin kalau gue jadi dia sabar kali ya nunggu ini. Tangki P ya.
Nah tuh P.
Nah, kan itu kan di tangki gitu. Lebih enak
Iya.
coy.
Takut sumo kali. Weh, dapat
Richie lah.
Richie. Dama.
Pusing.
Kena nih.
Anjir, tau dari mana sebenarnya bahaya, jago
Kena
juga.
nih.
Ya,
Kan?
kena.
Sudah gue bilang kena kan.
Manggan.
Cata.
Ipeko canta,
Ipeko.
enggak Sanchoku.
Harusnya
Aduh,
bisa di-
Nano. Iya, pasti Richie.
DC-nya mah emang bisa gitu.
Nah, kemarin kan ada yang nge minus kayak gitu.
Enggak ada anjir.
Ada kemarin Richie minus coy.
Enggak ada.
Ada ya?
Ada, gue nonton.
Iya kah?
Enggak, gua
Aduh,
perasaan
anjir, gue yang inget.
Enggak deh.
Coba ntar kita cek deh. Tuh ada.
Ngapain nyimpen is?
Ayo,
Hmm,
P.
mau Yakuman kali. Oh, oke enggak. Weh.
Pay lagi kan?
Weh. Jago
Tapi
drone.
tiganya jadi kebuang.
Iya.
Richie.
Korbanan.
Wah,
Richie
tenpai.
lah anjing.
Dama anjir udah kalah.
Aduh.
Mau sananku kali.
Oh, sumo.
Ya ngapain lu bingung lu?
GC lah. Apa boleh terjadi?
Udah suran mah Kozim.
Game kelar.
Yeay, game kelar.
Game
Yeay.
set.
Yos.
Yos.
Ih. GG.
Otsukare sama
Next,
Desta.
Sul.
Pasti yang menang tadi
Saya
siapa?
mau main kah? Nggak ada ya?
First pick ya?